The only thing the Nintendo crowd does when they're not on their knees begging Nintendo for the 35th rendition of Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Smash, and what few other Pokemon, what few other franchises Nintendo have that are damn near buckling under the weight of holding them up into relevancy because of the 3 to 5 year old demographic that Nintendo has cornered the market of, is they sit back and beg for ports of other games. And these Nintendrones, they can't quite fathom the concept that when these games do come to their system, you look at your Doom Eternals, your Outer Worlds, your games like that, LA Noire, what have you. These games run so piss poor on the Nintendo Switch hardware because it's comparable to a PS3 or an Xbox 360. These games cost 2 to 3 times as much as they do on the PlayStation or the Xbox. And, above all else, they sell the worst out of any multi-platform game, all right? You look at something like Doom or the Outer Worlds, it's selling significantly better on your Xbox or your PlayStation than it is on the Nintendo Switch. And I don't normally clamor for sales on this channel because I bring my people the motherfucking truth. But the Nintendo guys like to sit back and pretend like sales are the only thing that matter. Oh, we're in first place. Look at the sales. Yeah, you want to know why nobody ports third-party games to Nintendo Switch? Go look at the sales of LA Noire on the Switch. Go look at the sales of the Resident Evil games on the Switch. Go look at the sales of Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed 4 on the Nintendo Switch. Nobody bought these fucking games, guys. All right? But what the drones don't understand is that you're literally clamoring for more third-party publisher support for your little toy, your little kitty-ass toy that you're jumping up and down for on YouTube, on your YouTube channel. You want all these big games because you want to pretend like you're rolling with the big boys, all right? And here's the thing. You are paying top dollar for what is objectively a worse experience. People can go on Amazon and they can fucking buy the Outer Worlds right now as of this video for $20 or $30 on PlayStation or Xbox. They can go on and buy Doom or LA Noire, whatever, 2 to 3 times less than it costs on the Switch. The Switch tax is not just a tax anymore. It's goddamn extortion, all right? See, the Nintendo guys, they like to sit back and think, look at all this lovely support that we got. Look at all these little games coming over to my system. We don't need a better system. All right? Here's the problem. Here's the problem with that mentality. The hardware's not there. Games should not be ported over to the Nintendo Switch where they need higher power. The Outer Worlds, lucky to get 20 to 25 FPS. All right, you look at something like Borderlands 1 and 2, games that ran on the PlayStation 3 and the 360, or the BioShock collection. You're talking locked 30 FPS with performance issues very similar of that old-ass hardware that came out in 2006. You explain to me how that's a good value. Nintendo guys, I know you're sitting there because you certainly aren't playing your exclusives. They're absolutely worthless. Explain to me how that's a good time or a good investment of your money. When you're sitting there, Outer Worlds just got a 60 FPS patch across PlayStation and Xbox. All right, for these new consoles. The PS5 and the Xbox Series X running at a buttery smooth 60 FPS. It's so good. Meanwhile, you clowns are sitting there running 20 to 25 FPS. The textures are set below the minimalistic low setting. The game stutters like a fucking special needs child. My God. And you guys are sitting back begging for more games. You guys think that if you just make these petitions online and what have you, that you're going to actually get more third-party support. It will not happen. There's a reason that Activision abandoned the platform and they barely fed you guys the fucking crumbs that was Diablo 3. All right? There's no Call of Duty. There's none of the major franchises. You guys aren't getting Battlefield. You guys are barely getting... You guys get the legacy updates of the FIFA. My God, EA are geniuses. Just copy and paste the same game, change a few uniforms, change a few names, shove it out the door, and make bank. I don't blame them at all, because the Nintendo guys are fucking idiots and they will eat that shit up because we need to vote with our wallet. We got to show third parties we're willing to pay. Nobody's willing to pay for this shit on the Nintendo Switch. They're little exclusive machines that children buy, or they get their parents to buy for them so that they can jump up and down every time a new Mario or a new Pokemon or some other 70-year-old franchise Nintendo continues to milk dry, despite the fact that their tits more wrinkled than a puckered up asshole. All right? Nintendo guys, third parties don't give a shit about you. They never have and they never will. Nintendrones, your machine is irrelevant, and a Switch Pro will absolutely not change the lay of the land. Switch Pro would be lucky to be on par with a base PS4. It may upscale the 4K, but it's not going to have native 4K. The fucking screen's going to look like shit, and it's going to, once again, have a Joy-Con drift problem. So Nintendo guys, don't get it twisted. You and your platform are just as fucking weak as the Sony guys. And as I have always said, my goal and my job in life is to bring my people the motherfucking truth. Nintendo guys, you guys need a serious reality check. You need a slap to the face, a shot of adrenaline, and a nice big dose of common sense. And that common sense consists of one thing and one thing only. You sell that pile of garbage that you call a Nintendo Switch, and you invest in the future. You invest and respect in yourself. Show yourself that you're worth more than a company who has the gall, who thinks they have the balls to sit there and charge you for a Nintendo Switch Online. And you commit to a company who is only about consumer friendliness, who is only about the best games at the best value, at the best frames on the best machine, and you buy an Xbox Series X. Your life will get flipped upside down. You will be having loads of sex. You're going to have everything you wanted in life. Your skin's going to get better. Your fucking career's going to take off because people are going to see you have the confidence of owning the best machine ever in your home, playing the best games where they belong, and doing what you should have done all along. You're 4 generations late, people, but it's never too late to fix your life. And as Dead Metal says, and will continue to do, I bring you the motherfucking truth. That's what I do on this channel.